Alrighty, guys, we got a new hero pack here for Marvel Champions. This is Nightcrawler, and we're going to be doing a live unboxing, see what cards it comes with, see what's in the pack, so you guys know if there's something you want to pick up. It's interesting. We've gone a long ways from Spider-Man and Thor, Captain America. And the evolution of this game goes all the way to Nightcrawler, and I believe Magneto is the next a villain coming up, I believe, or hero, I think. I don't know. Let's get it to the table and see what we got and what's in the pack. So, yeah, we get to use our fancy dancy knife, but I don't use a knife for this because Alright, don't forget inside of there is a very, very important piece of information. This is going to give you all of your information about the character. If there's any new keywords or new errata or anything, this hero pack comes with new player side schemes, alliance keyword, a term called tuck, which I don't ever remember seeing. When an ability tells you to tuck a card underneath another card, place that tuck card face up under the other card. The tuck card is not in play. And Victory X, he's coming with a protection deck. Alright, and of course you get your, from the front cover, a little poster. Alright, we will hold on to this and put it in with all the rest. Let's see what the cards are now. Card deck. Let's see what we have. Alright, we'll get to the spare cards in a minute. Wait. There's... Stop! The remaining cards are not part of the Nightcrawler deck. But see, on the back of this, it comes with information and all the cards that did come in his deck. So you want to keep this as well as your little sheet. Make sure you keep both of those. Alright, so let's take a look at Nightcrawler himself here. So he is Kurt Wagner. Recovery 3. Hand size is 6, hit points of 9. Action, search your deck for a copy of BAMF and add it to your hand, limit once per round. So you get a BAMF card. His cards are going to be these red cards. Then he's going to come with some protection cards. Some white cards we'll look at. And then looks like his obligation and nemesis. Alright, so look at those as well. Alright, BAMF. We'll look at BAMF here in a minute. Nightcrawler is a 2-1-3, so good with the defense. Hero. Hand size of 5, hit points of 9. He has the rapid teleportation action. Spend one resource of any type. And then you can do this. You then return a copy of BAMF from your discard pile to your hand, limit once per phase. Alright, so it's going to be interesting what BAMF is. We'll get to his stuff. Let's see what BAMF is all about. Here's BAMF. 3 copies of it. It's a 0-cost card. Nightcrawler, and attached to an enemy. Max 1 per enemy. Hero interrupt. Defense. When attached enemy attacks, discard this card. Declare Nightcrawler as the defender without exhausting him. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. So he can BAMF people. He's going to get a BAMF for free. And then he can spend at least 1 BAMF every turn. Assuming you have your BAMFs. Okay, alright. So that's that. We'll look at the rest of his cards after we look at his Obligation. Crisis of Faith. Obligation given to the Kurt Wagner player. You may flip to alter ego form. Choose. Exhaust Kurt Warner to remove Crisis of Faith from the game, or discard each attack and defense event from your hand. Discard this obligation. Okay. And then his nemesis is going to be Azealia. 2 scheme, 3 attack. Pretty good numbers there. 3 hit points. Elite Neophim. He has quick strike, so when he comes out, he automatically attacks. Azealia cannot have upgrades attached. And then if you play him as a boost card, you're going to deal Azealia to the Kurt Wagner player as a face-down encounter card. Then we have the side scheme here, which is Brimstone Dimensions. All this could be used if you only joined me, Azeal says. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme finds Azeal and puts him and deals him to themselves as a face-down encounter card. Well, all of a sudden the camera decided to wig out. Doesn't like this card for whatever reason. Alright, it comes with 9 thread on it. And it's a triple. If you pull this as a if you pull this as a threat card, it's going to be 3. Then we have, let's see here, Azealia's sword attached to Azealia, otherwise attached to the villain. Attached enemy gains piercing, +1 attack. After attached enemy attacks you, discard 1 random card from your hand and then discard this card. Then we have 2 copies of Brimstone Strike. When revealed in Alter Ego, find Azealia and reveal him. He schemes. When in hero form, find Azeal and reveal him. Azeal delights in frustrating his opponents by teleporting in and out of combat. Okay, so that is Azeal and his obligation. I always like to keep these with my hero. We looked at Bamf. Let's look at the other cards that come in his deck. Then we'll look at the protection cards. See if there's any new ones out there. All right, we got Day Tripper. She's an ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 hit points. She's a mystic. Response after Day Tripper enters play. Search your deck and discard pile for a couple of Bamf and attach it to an enemy. So this is cool because she'll help you put your Bamfs out. So you can search your deck and discard pile, so you can definitely find one and attach it to an enemy and then deal 1 damage to each enemy with a copy of Bamf attached. Ooh, that's really good. So it's a 2-cost hero. If you can get this hero back several times, she could be really helpful. Really helpful. There's 3 copies of Bamf. We looked at this card. This is his card that's going to be allow him to be defender without exhausting. So he can defend against any and everyone that has a Bamf card. Although there's only 3. But still, he's got a 3 defense. That's pretty legit. Kurt's Chapel. Kurt, how are you today? There we go. It is a 1-cost support. Location. Kurt Warner gets +1 to his recovery. Alter Ego response. After you make a basic recovery, exhaust Kurt's Chapel and choose a player. That player draws a card. Very nice. Not a bad little recovery. Not a bad little card there. Kurt's Cutlass. 2-cost upgrade. Weapon. Counts as 2 restricted cards. He gets +1 attack, +1 defense, and gains retaliate. So his defense will go up to 4. His attack will go to 2. And he get retaliate 1. So when he's defending with his Bamfs, he gets to retaliate. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Alright. Put that on there. We have one copy of this card, which is one cost upgrade. It is called Pesticil Tail. You can control one additional upgrade that has the restricted keyword. Resource, exhaust Penhensel Tail, and generate a wild resource for an event. Nice, I like that card. Port and Punch, 2-cost event. There are 2 copies of this card. Port and Punch, 2-cost card, 2-cost event. Attack, and it's a superpower. Hero action attack, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Deal 3 damage to each enemy with BAMF attached. So more ways of getting out some nice damage from the BAMF cards. Then we have a 2 copies of Scout Ahead, 1-cost event. Superpower Thwart. Super action thwart. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. You may discard a copy of BAMF from your hand and remove 3 threat from another scheme. You may discard a copy of BAMF from your hand to remove 3 threat from another scheme. So this has the potential to remove 3 threat from one, 3 threat from another for a cost of 1. That's really good. You do have to discard a card. Let's see, we have Port Away. It is a 0-cost event when it decides to focus. There we go. It's a superpower action. Discard a copy of BAMF from your hand to change forms and ready your identity. Okay. Situational, but sounds good. 2 copies of Tally-Ho. Whoa, come here, you. Tally-Ho. 2 copies. 1-cost event. It's a defense and a superpower. Hero's response, defense. After BAMF makes Nightcrawler the defender of an attack, return that copy of BAMF to your hand. Deal 3 damage to the attacking enemy. So this will allow you to get your BAMF card back so you can put it back out. And it costs you 1, and it does 3 damage. Not bad, 2 copies of that. I think Nightcrawler is going to be pretty powerful. And we have a 2-cost event called Teleport Drop when it decides to focus, which should be any moment now, hopefully. Hello, thank you. 2-cost event Teleport Drop is attack superpower. Hero action attack. Discard a copy of BAMF from an enemy. Deal 8 damage to the enemy and stun it. That's nice. There's only 1 copy of that. So that is his deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep. I just want to make sure it's still 15. Let's look at his protection cards first. See if there's anything new. There is Rogue and X-Men Ally. I'm not going to go through all the stats and damage. You can just put this video on pause. Okay, then we have North Star. We have Change of Fortune. After you defeat an enemy during the villain phase, exhaust this card to draw 2 cards. That seems pretty good. 3 copies of that card. We have Under Control. It's a 0-cost upgrade tactics attached to a minion. After hero defends against attach a minion and takes no damage, deal 4 damage to attach minion. Now that's going to be great because, again, BAMF cards can go on anybody, including minions. So this is going to be a great card for him. Come get me, bub. Discard cards from the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play, engage with you. Heal 3 damage from your identity and give your identity a tough status card. Then you play a Bamf on them. Seems really broken. Powerful Punch. We've seen this one. 2-cost event. When an enemy initiates attack, deal 4 damage to the enemy. 3 copies. Repose. 1-cost event. Defense. When your hero defends, it gets +2 for the defense and takes no damage. Deal 3 damage to the attacking enemy. 1, 2, 3 copies of that. We have a Power of Protection to double the number of resources while paying green cards. 2 of them. We have the Astounding X-Men player side scheme. After an X-Men character defends against an enemy attack and takes no damage, remove 1 threat from this scheme. When defeated, so you gotta do that 5 times, and once you do that, defend and confuse each enemy in play. Then we have Gambit. Today there, Mr. Hello. So Gambit, 3-cost ally. Look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and tuck 1 under him so that only the boost field is visible. We have Moria McTaggart. We've seen her. We have an energy, a genius, and a strength. So that is his deck. It is a 40-card deck. Yep, I just wanted to make sure. All right. Then we have, here they are. I was like, where did the cards go? We have some new cards. Let's see the new cards. Combined Forces, it's a 1-cost event when the computer decides to... it's an alliance. Exhaust an X-Force character and an X-Men character, and they defeat a non-elite minion. So there's 3 copies of that card. We have Gunboat Diplomacy, 1-cost event. Attack and thwart alliance. Hero action, attack, thwart, exhaust an X-Force character and an X-Men character. And if you do that, you can remove X threat from among schemes in play and deal X damage among enemies in play, where X is the combined thwart of the 2 exhausted characters. There's going to be 3 copies of that. We have the Crazy Gang side scheme. Comes with 2 per player. Force response. After a non-elite minion schemes against the player, deal the minion to that player as a face-down encounter card. Then if there is more than 1 player in the game, pass that face-down encounter card to the next player. Then it looks like we have a Crazy... Oh, this is a Crazy Gang side scheme. Okay, so we have the Queen of Hearts. The Jester. You're confused. If you're already confused, discard a support. The Executioner. The Tweedledope. When revealed, you are stunned. If you're already stunned, discard an upgrade. Off with his head. Trickery. When revealed, each minion activates against the player it is engaged with. If no minion activates, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded and reveal that minion. So that is the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards of Crazy Gang. We got 2 new cards, a aggression, and a justice. And we get a few new protection with the new hero. So I'll have to add these to the proper things there, though. But keep this. He does seem super broken and overpowered. Right, just it looks like, you know, it's all about getting those BAMFs and moving around. He's going to be able to defend, so he's not going to take a lot of damage. He's going to help you defend with other characters as long as he can get his BAMFs out. So getting those BAMFs, but again, he can get a BAMF. Search your deck for a copy of BAMF and add it to your hand. Every time he goes to Alter Ego, he can do that. So flip over a couple times and you'll have all of them in play. His ally helps him bring in BAMF cards. Where is she? Right there. Day Tripper. After Day Tripper enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a copy of BAMF. And then a couple of his cards actually do that. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. 3 damage to an enemy. Move 3 threats, and then do an extra 3 to discard a copy of BAMF. So BAMF, BAMF, BAMF. It's all about the BAMF. Alright, there you go. That is a look at a good old Nightcrawler. Kurt Warner, something like that. You pick this up at your local game store or purchase online from any of your retailers. It should be wildly available now. And that should be it. So thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, take care everybody, and we'll see you all down the line.